is Sandra Dungee Glenn, and I'm running for City Council at large. And I'm running because I am a lifelong Philadelphian, and I've seen the way this city has grown and changed over the years I've been here. And many of it's wonderful things. I see a vibrant center city. I see our culture and cultural institutions thriving in many ways. The idea of the arts and music and that being available, I think that's a wonderful thing. I see some of our neighborhoods that are doing really well, and I'm blessed to live in one of those neighborhoods. But it wasn't always that way. I grew up in West Philadelphia, 59th and Vine, in pretty much a regular old community. But what that community was it was whole, it was grounded, it had families that cared about each other, it had a school that was a neighborhood school that really did well by its children. And that has slipped away from many of our neighborhoods. And that's what I want to see returned. I'm running for City Council because I believe that our city government is the first line in terms of being the active actors in changing the direction of this city. And that City Council should be aggressively moving an agenda to move families out of poverty. That means we have to take a different stance on what we're doing around job development. That means we need to stand up for a $15 an hour minimum wage across the city, that we need to be pushing for and bringing in union wage jobs. That means we need to be looking at our neighborhood corridors and figuring out how we use the investments that are coming into this city from all over the country now and steer them to those corridors that need to be revitalized, that the neighbors and the community residents and the entrepreneurs who come from those communities have the chance to start and grow businesses right there, because that's what's going to turn our city around. How would you address tax disparity based on income that results in lower income residents proportionally paying more in taxes than those in higher income brackets? I don't think Pennsylvania has a progressive tax system. There have been some initiatives and there are proposals to create a much more graduated income tax in Pennsylvania, meaning that people with higher income pay in a higher tax bracket, and they also pay on things like their dividends, they pay on capital gains taxes. Those initiatives and that type of initiative at the state level means that folks with more means, higher income people, would be paying significantly more than low income people. And I think that would be a much fairer approach at the state level, and that would impact tens of thousands of residents in Philadelphia. But I also think there are a couple of things we can do locally to ease the tax burden on our residents. One, and there's been a lot of talk about this, we need to end the 10-year tax abatement that has been pretty much giving big end developments, high end developments, a tax-free, 10 years tax-free opportunity here. So there are folks moving into properties that are over $500,000. People who can pay their property taxes, afford to pay property taxes, don't have to for 10 years. And then many of them move into a property and then don't pay taxes for another 10 years, as well as the developers on those initiatives. That's not fair. So I believe we need to end that tax abatement. And I would support, though, a modified tax abatement program that would be targeted at long-term residents who are struggling to stay in some of these gentrified neighborhoods and help those long-term residents afford to do things like fix their roofs, fix their plumbing, give them some tax relief. That's what I also believe that would be a much fairer way to approach the tax fairness and equity here in Philadelphia. What motivates you? First and foremost, my faith motivates me. I am a child of God. I am a follower of Christ, and I think about the works and really the foundation of our faith, which is to love God with all your heart, all your mind, all your spirit, and then love your neighbor as yourself, to do unto others as you do unto you, as you would want done unto you. And that really is what I seek to do with my life. In running for City Council at large, I believe it is really about public service. And so I want to lend all that I have learned and gained over my years here in Philadelphia to make Philadelphia work for every one of our citizens, all of our families. That's what motivates me. And that's what's moving me forward as we move to May 21st, 2019.